Hello children, welcome to S&M Coaching Center. Let us do the first sum. What is the first sum? They are asking us to find the zeros of the polynomials as well as we have to verify the relation between the zeros and the coefficients. Okay, let me do one sum. Let me take the first sum. As you know, the polynomial can be written as p of x and then write the given expression. And the first thing you should check is whether the given polynomial is in the correct order. What is the correct order? First should be the x square term followed by the x term and then the constant. Yes, the given expression is in the correct order. Then let us continue. Now, how do you find the zeros? Zeros are nothing but the values of the variable here, which means we have to find the value of x. Since this is a quadratic polynomial, quadratic means 2, we will have two values for the expression. Those are called as the zeros. Now, we have the splitting of the middle term that we have to do in this sum. What do you mean by splitting of the middle term? You have to multiply the first and the last term. When you multiply, you get minus 10x square. Now, you have to find the factors for minus 10x square such that it has to satisfy two conditions. Both the conditions it has to satisfy. What's the first condition? When you find the factors, when you multiply them, when you multiply the factors, you should get back your minus 10x square again. That is the first condition. What is the first condition? When you multiply the factors, you should get back your 10x square along with the sign again. What is the second condition? When you add or subtract the factors, you should get the middle term. What is that? You should get the middle term. The middle term in this is 3x. Along with the sign, it should match. So let us not worry about x square. X square is not a problem. We can give 1x to each factors. Don't worry about x square. Worry about minus 10. Let us see what are the factors of minus 10. Let us start with the first table. 10 factors are 1 and 10. The factors of 10 are 1 and 10. Now, if I multiply them, I will get 10, no doubt. I can give minus sign to either 1 or 10. I will get minus 10, no problem. So, multiplication generally will not be a problem. We have to look whether I get my middle term if I add or subtract the factors. So, what are the factors of 10? Now, we are considering them as 1 and 10. Add the factors. 1 plus 10, it will be 11. Or if I subtract 1 minus 10, it will be minus 9 or plus 9, whether you are taking minus sign for 1 or 10. You are not getting your 3x. So, the choice of this is wrong. So, my factors now for this sum cannot be 1 and 10. Let us move to the next set of factors. For 10, what are the next factors? They are 2 and 5. 2 5s is 10. So, let me check. When I multiply the factors 2 and 5, I get no doubt 10. So, multiplication is no doubt I am getting the correct answer. Now, let me check if I add or subtract these, whether I will get the 3. Yes, 2 plus 5 will give me 7, but if I subtract the factors, I will get the required 3. See, I am just saying you have to subtract minus 5 minus 2, which would be 3. Now, this is a very important hint that I am going to give, remember. What is that you are doing to obtain the middle term? You are subtracting the factors to get the middle term. Then, it is confirmed that the factors are 5x and 2x. Now, we have to think what should be the signs of the factors. You are subtracting and getting the answer of the middle term. So, whatever is the sign of the middle term, write that same sign to the bigger factor, the opposite sign to the other factor. Then your minus 10x square automatically will fall in place. You will get it automatically. How do I put them in the expression? Write the first term as it is. Instead of the middle term, remove the middle term and write the given two factors, whatever factors you have found out, write them in any order. You can write 5x first or minus 2x, the order doesn't matter. So you can write it as plus 5x minus 2x and then write the last term again. Now, instead of 3 terms, I have 4 terms. Now, consider the first 2 and the last 2. What is common in the first 2 terms? The first 2 terms contain a common x. So, take x common out. What is left over? It is x, and then whatever is the sign in between, keep the same sign. And then what is left over? If I take x from 5x, 5 is left over. Right? 5, close the bracket. Now look at the last 2 terms. The last 2 terms have minus common. So first take the minus sign common. And then what else is common? X is not present in 10. So I cannot take x as common. What is the common then? Both the terms, they contain 2. So I will write it as minus 2. Since I have already taken minus common, I will be left with just plus x and then plus 5. Now, when you have done this factorization, notice that you get the same terms in the brackets. Along with the terms and the signs, it should be the same. I got same x plus 5 and x plus 5. When you get a condition like that, it means your factorization is correct. Now, instead of writing 2 times this x plus y, write it only once, and then the other x and minus 2 make it the other factor. Now, from the polynomial expression, you have converted them into factors. But what is that next we have to do? We have to next find the value of x. How will you do that? Just once you get the value of factors, equate it to 0. Equate it to 0, which means the first factor should be equals to 0 and the second factor should be equals to 0. From this, I can get the value of x as minus 5 and the value of x again as plus 2. And what is that? I said the value of x is nothing but the zeros, and the zeros are written as alpha and beta. So alpha is minus 5 and beta is plus 2. Now this is about finding the zeros of the polynomial. What is the second part of it? We have to verify the relation between the zeros and the coefficients. And let us do that second part of it. So what is the second part of it? Verifying the relation. What is the relation? The sum of the zeros, alpha plus beta. What is alpha? Minus 5 plus beta plus 2, which is equals to minus 3. I can write this minus 3 as minus of 3 by 1, which is equals to, write this minus sign as it is. What is 3? 3 is the coefficient of x, and from the general polynomial, what is the coefficient of x? X coefficient, as you know, it will be b. And what is 1? 1 is the coefficient of x square. And what is the alphabet we use for coefficient of x square? It is a. So what is that? Just now we have proved. We have proved that the sum of the zeros is equals to minus b by a. This is the relation. And one more relation also we have to prove. Product of the zeros, alpha beta, is equals to minus 5 into 2, which is minus 10 by, which is minus 10. You can write this as minus 10 by a. Now what is minus 10? Minus 10 is the constant. The constant is represented by what? In the general polynomial, it is represented by c. By what is 1? 1 is the coefficient of x square, which is nothing but your a. So alpha beta is c by a. So we have found the zeros and also we have verified the relation. So children, I have done one sum. I am giving you 3 more sums as an example. Please do the sums and leave the answers in the comment section. Thank you.